Did you know that for this movie, Stanley Tucci took the role of Dr. Erskine because the role enabled him to use a German accent, which he always wanted to do. So Captain America, the First Avenger is a really solid standalone, a really solid starting movie for the Captain America movies. Captain America is my favorite Avenger. Chris Evans is also one of my favorite actors to play a Marvel character. I think he does a phenomenal job. It's such a good movie. I just always love going back to this movie just to see how he started. And I have three things in this movie that I liked, and my last thing is definitely my favorite. First thing I like about this movie is I really like the story and the characters we get in this movie. The story is just really well fleshed out, a really great backstory. He's always standing up for people, he's always standing up for what's right, but he's always the little guy. You know, he's always the runt. He's always the guy no one expects to do anything important in life. And he's brave enough and true enough to himself and to what he believes, and he's willing to, take these big chances and risks because he believes that he's meant for something more than just what he is. And just, I like the great undertones of this movie, the patriotic undertones, the American undertones. I mean, I like during World War II, so we get a lot of nostalgic feel there. We get a lot of the old music and the really cool uniforms and, historical stuff going on there too to really tie in. The whole idea of Captain America is going to all these different places. He's encompassing all of America into one guy, and he's the guy who's going to take out the Nazis. I mean, it's a lot of propaganda. It's a lot of, look at us, we're the greatest country in the world because we got Captain America. I really like the characters as well. The characters add a lot to the story. They're so well written. They're just so well acted as well. Lots of great performances there. But I've always loved Bucky, Peggy, Dr. Erskine, we got Howard Stark. I mean, a lot of great characters, just like seeing how they're starting out, but also every single one of these characters really plays into just the essence of Steve Rogers. And without these people in his life, I don't think he would have gotten as far as he could have. Like, he has a lot of faith in himself, but without a strong group of friends or people in your corner, you won't make it very far. And so we know, Bucky's his best friend. Peggy is the woman who, he's impressed, he's been pressing her. She's really attracted to him and just see something different in him. But also the character of Johann Schmidt, or Red Skull, portrayed by the amazing Hugo Weaving. I just kind of like the symbolism of his character. It's always interesting to see, because he has a super serum too, but it's like the duality of man. We get to see Steve Rogers and Johann, and they both have the same serum in them, but they both choose to use it differently. One is a good man, the other one is just a power-grabbing person. I really like the message of this movie. There are a lot of messages that Captain America is meant to be, and I always like seeing it from different perspectives. Steve Rogers has always wanted to serve in the military. Never got a chance because he has a lot of, health issues or whatever, but he never gave up. He still wanted to do it, even if he had to undergo some crazy science experiment to do it. He was still willing to do it, and that's admirable. His personality, his heart didn't change, which is beautiful. That's something that a lot of people need to see, that you guys stay true to who you are. In this case, it's if you gain a lot of wealth, climb the hierarchy, you become famous. I mean, your life completely changes in a dramatic way, and a lot of that can change a person in a lot of ways. A lot of things that Captain America can stand for, but really, I mean, the origin of Captain America, when he was created in the comics, I know that the main thing was he encompasses all of America, all of America's values and dreams and hopes and aspirations is in one man. I mean, that's a lot of responsibility, but Steve Rogers is the man to do it. But America means a lot of things to a lot of different people. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's 100% like he stands for this or stands for these things, but for the most part, I would say Captain America is rooted strongly in American values. I would say my favorite scene is honestly the scene between Steve and Dr. Erskine, where it's the night before the procedure, and Steve's nervous, and he asks the question, why me? Like, why did Dr. Erskine pick me? And then Dr. Erskine goes into this really great speech about, how this serum can corrupt you. And Steve really has that moment of why are you really doing this? Like, he's having that kind of that inner talk with himself, like, are you doing it for the right reasons? You know, when it's successful, when you're able to get through it and you become the first super soldier, America's super soldier, you know, will you still be the same person? And are you a good enough person? Do you have strong enough morals and beliefs? Is your moral compass straight enough that no matter how powerful you are, no matter how many people chase after you, no matter how famous you get or rich you get, or whatever you gain from being Captain America, that scene just really solidifies the movie. Like, really solidifies the character of Captain America, Steve Rogers. Just drives home the point of Captain America so well. So if you haven't seen Captain America: The First Avenger in a while, I'd recommend checking it out again, just because it's such a great movie, such a solid start to Captain America's journey. So for Captain America: The First Avenger, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 Mudflaps. And remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below. What's your favorite Captain America movie? See you next time.